Hey there, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moon Directed. Here we work with the energy to see how we could best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are going to discuss the energy for you for February 15th through the 21st. We are changing signs this week, so that's happening. Mercury's going to the station direct, so lots of interesting things. And then, of course, the big elephant in the room is Saturn squaring with Uranus. But let's just see where we're headed with you. This looks pretty good so far. All right, so I do want to take a moment to thank you so much. Well, it looked good until I turned that card up. I do want to thank you for choosing this channel. You have other options, I know that, so I really appreciate it. So I think what this is because this one came flying out, right? The Three of Pentacles, you're building something, it's in collaboration with somebody, but apparently you're a little concerned, it's keeping you up at night, they're a little anxious about how it's all going to work out. That clock is so prominent that to me it looks like it's like a time management thing. So I see a couple of symbols here. One of them is definitely... So the sign of Capricorn and the sign of Libra is here. Those are initiating signs. It's like there's a lot of concern and anxiety around getting this thing going. There's Aquarius. I think you're just way up in your head about whatever it is you're trying to create and to manifest. So... heads up, the energy this week is a little tight, a little difficult, so let's see how we can help you to manage this. All right, so we start out with the moon in Aries, and we're leading up to that square, which is happening on Wednesday, so the energy leading up can be a little difficult too. So I really want to encourage you to try to stay centered and grounded in yourself as much as possible this week. Try to work as collaboratively with others and to get as much rest as possible. I feel like that's going to be a real thing, and Monday and Tuesday may be the best energy for it, although oftentimes the energy leading up to square is worse than the energy at the square. So here we go. We've got self-love and nourishment. So this is counting your blessings and open yourself up to allow for the flow of the blessings and the abundance of the universe. Look at this. I didn't even put those away. So that's going to require a little extra shuffling. All right. So let's just see what we get for guidance and advice for you. Follow your heart. So I want to say you're on the right track. I know that sounds kind of punny because it definitely looks like they're on a train track. They're filling things up. But that's what it feels like. You're on the right track. There's a lot of people working together. Follow your heart. What do you really want? Try not to worry. This staying awake thing is not good for you. Also, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't get back to sleep, get up and do something. You know, it's a great time to clean your bathroom. It's a great time to make notes. It's a great time to journal, to write, to read. Because if you get up and you do something, especially whatever's bothering you, if you write it down, you get it off of your mind and onto paper, a lot of times you can go back to sleep. So try to prep before you go to bed as much as you can for the morning, so that should you wake up in the middle of the night and you do something, you get up and you do something and you wear yourself back out and you go back to sleep, you can set the alarm back maybe an hour and still be on time because you've already laid out your clothes and you've already pre-prepped your breakfast and you packed your lunch already. And so, you know, that way if you do get that extra hour of sleep, you sleep in because you're sleeping better at that point, then go ahead and allow that to happen and be prepared for it. And sometimes that really helps. So on Tuesday, the moon moves into Taurus at 10:12 p.m. So we have the energy of the moon in Taurus on Wednesday, Thursday. And so the moon comes into conjunction with Uranus, which is going to square Saturn on Wednesday. And this is that really difficult energy that's going to... A square is such a tight... tense angle. And so the moon is also then going to go on and just be squaring off with that tension energy with all the planets that are up there in Aquarius. And there's a lot up there right now. We've got, Saturn's up there, and then there's Mercury, and there's Jupiter, and there's the sun is there, and Venus is there. And so there's a lot of tension around the day. And so staying in your own space, staying in your own head, just working on what it is that you want to, and trying to just not focus on what else is going on that's bothering you. Stay focused on the path forward. It looks like it's a little crickety steps going up there. And so really focusing on what it is that you're going for, and paying attention to staying in the moment, staying present, allowing yourself to be in flow. I don't think I even read this. I am always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust the GPS in my heart knows the best routes. And when it seems like I am taking too long to get to where I want, I know that it's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. So stop and smell the roses and stay in balance. Stay in balance. This is the super important for you this week when you've got this kind of energy going on inside of you and externally. There's just a lot happening this week, and so trying to stay in your own self as much as possible will be very beneficial. That moon on Thursday is actually going to come into conjunction with Mars, and so that could be some words out there, people just all fired up, and just, again, duck and cover. So on Thursday at 5:44 a.m., the moon is going to move into Pisces. And so, the sun moves into Pisces. So we're changing seasons again, sun sign seasons. And I will have a video come out a little later this week. I think for you guys, I think it comes out on Thursday this week, and it will cover for the month ahead, and it's the 9-card spread with a lot more detail and channeled messages. And so the highlight, though, for the month for you will be around communication. And this is in your 7th house of partnership. So being able to communicate to the people that you're working collaboratively with around the home or at work about what it is that you're trying to do and accomplish will be very beneficial for you in the month ahead. The moon moves into Gemini at 11:04 a.m. on Friday. And the moon in Gemini, is very curious and wants to know what's going on. And at the same time, we have Venus coming into that square, that tense angle with Mars. Now, Venus has, her sweet side and her she loves money and finances and beautiful things, but she's also very determined, right? And so she can be a warrior and stand up and fight for what she wants. And Mars is a warrior, and sometimes he's passionate about love, and sometimes he's passionate about anger. And so with that moon in Gemini feeding all this energy, right? You don't know which of the pairing is going to show up in your life. So especially because Mercury rules your sign, just be aware that there could be a lot of tension and focus on staying present in what's going on with you and finding the gentlest way to communicate with others. Communication is going to be a thing. So this moon in Gemini is about assessing where it is that you are and where you want to go, and using discernment, that intuition that you have, to help you figure out the way forward. And you have a couple of nighttime things here, so your mind is going to be busy. You have the Condor and you have the Moth. The Condor says, hope, unexpected success, and sacred alliances. I accept life and I thrive. This would be like a sacred alliance, teamwork here. Even if it all seems lost, there will be a reversal of negative trend and the restoration of life-affirming energy. Find the wisdom within to embrace that which others turn away from. In learning from all of your experiences, your soul will become strong and nourished and empowered. Trust in the value of what cannot be put into words. You can tune in deeper into a deeper nonverbal way of being and communicating. You have far-reaching influence. Authentic self-expression is important for your well-being. Listen to the wisdom of your body. This is that balance. This is that communication. And you have Moth. And Moth says sensitivity, boundaries, and turn to the light. That is that energy of Pisces, right? I focus on the light. Trust your instincts. Also, the Hermit card, which represents Virgo in the Tarot, is focusing on the light within, right? Even if you lack clarity at this time, you are making progress and can trust your feelings to guide the way. If something feels right, move toward it. If something seems off, step back. There's no need to justify your feelings with logic. You don't need to stay awake wondering whether or not you're doing the right thing. Your intuition knows. Follow your heart and you will make the right decision. And some things just cannot be done based on logic. Some things really have to be done based on how they make us feel. So you are going through a time of heightened psychic emotional sensitivity. To be sure to give yourself, give to yourself. Be sure to replenish and nurture and protect all of your being. You have the innate ability to find a source of spiritual light even during the dark times in life. Boy, that sounds like Virgo. Okay. So yeah, it looks like a week where you're working on something and you're building towards something. But you just have all this anxiety, and I just want to say, if you follow your heart, you won't make the wrong choice. You can't. Your heart always knows. When we listen to ourselves and just follow that gut feeling, it's really hard to be wrong. Like, sometimes it goes bad when you do that, but it would have gone worse the other way. I always feel like I'd rather live with the consequences of making a mistake based on what makes me feel better about me than living with the consequences of doing what seemed right and logical and still not liking it because it doesn't resonate in the heart space. And follow your heart. So you have hidden depths. You only see the surface. Look beyond. That's that energy of Pisces. Look deeper. Go within. Follow the light within to find the balance, to be in flow with your higher self. If you're up this late at night, sit down and journal, write, read. I really want to say write. I really want you to journal and just open yourself up to allow Spirit to bring you the information, the guidance you need. Okay? All right. Well, Virgo, I will be back. I believe it's on Thursday for you guys, and we'll take a look at the month ahead and really get you a little more guidance on this whole communication and stuff. But it looks like this looks really great. Three of Pentacles is great energy. So trust that you know what you're doing, because I bet you do. All right? We'll talk soon. You guys take care.